This is Nate Hudson with Ozark Radio News. Tonight I am speaking with Jeff Hanshaw, the City of West Plains Public Works Director. So, tonight during the West Plains City Council meeting, we had the first read of possible utility rate increases. What information can you tell us about those for today?
Okay, so we have seen considerable increases in our operating costs over the years. The water and sewer rates have not been changed since 2013, and the electric has not changed since 2016. And unfortunately, the time has come for us to start adjusting the rates. And it's just simply because the cost of everything that we have to either buy or maintain on the systems is coming at a greater rate now than what it was before in those previous years.
So, by what the plan was suggested during the first read at tonight's meeting, it sounds like there's going to be a fairly large increase during this year and 2023, and then 2024, 25, and on. It's going to be smaller but more even increases.
Yes. Between this year and next year, we have a lot of operational needs that we have to cover costs for. But saying that, there is a lot of grant funding out there available right now, and that's what we'll be targeting over the next year and going forward in the processes that we have either through our legislation or how we apply for grant processes. So with that being said, these first 2 years are a pretty big step for us as far as rate increase, but then we're looking at somewhere around 2 to 3% increase year to year after that.
So do we have any kind of numbers on what the average household increase might see on their utility bill from month to month?
Yes, so we did some comparables. We actually pulled out specific places in town, and because we knew who was in the house, and they agreed to allow us to use that information without confiding on who they were specifically. So for an example, a senior citizen plus 70, small house here in town, has all utilities on it. We're looking at about $8, a little bit over $8 a month. That was based off of the December bill. So that'll be per month that you'll see that increase. And that is across the board on all 4 utilities.
Okay. Now, one thing aside from utilities that was spoke about was the changing of meters.
Mm-hmm.
So from what I understand, we're not quite there with changing all the meters in West Plains just yet. Do we know how much longer that will take?
We're estimating that we'll have the electric meters all changed out over the next 2 to 3 months with what was approved tonight. That is a meter service company that'll come in and help us change those out. That we have roughly about 2,500 meters left to exchange out of the 6,500 meters that we have in the system. So we should have that done in the next 2 to 3 months, and then once that is completed, then we'll start associating the meters to the electric meters to the water meters. And so what that means to the customer is that we'll be able to read both electric and water meters every month now, instead of the electric meters are read normally every month, and then we take an average out on some residents during the rest of the year. We usually take January, February, March, but going forward, we'll be able to read every single month.
Okay. And I heard talk of something that it does sound like a pretty cool program that's going to be coming with these meters, where citizens of West Plains will be able to check their current meter usage online.
Yeah.
How's that going to work?
Okay, so on the AMI, automated meter technology, we'll have a portal on our website at some point in time here once we get everything transitioned to the new network. Customers will be able to get it online, be able to see a real-time usage of how many kilowatt hours or gallons of water that they're using, and be able to track that throughout the month. So let's say customer only wants to spend $100 for the electric and water both, then they'll be able to track that.
All right. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us tonight. I feel like there's a lot of good movement, but we're going to be seeing a second reading of these suggested rate increases coming up next month, correct?
That's correct. March 22 or March 21st at 5:30 will be the second reading and approval or disapproval of the rates.
All right. Well, thank you, Jeff. It's been good speaking with you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. This is Nate Hudson with Ozark Radio News.